Hello. So, today I received another package, and it's from a viewer of mine on the channel. He's called Ron, and he asked me if I was interested in some of the Neo 3s, and I'm not sure if it's the PDR to be sure. I think it's the normal Neo 3, but we'll see. Because I had like a Neo 5, I think it was, the mid-range panel, but I was playing with these small tweeters and I never seen a Neo 3 in real life, and especially never opened one, so that's what this package contained, because I took a peek already, although I actually knew it was that. So it's from Thailand, and well, they look nicer than this, but when he did drill out the rivets, and I think in transport the magnets came off, but that's no problem. So this is a whole one with the backside. Not sure how you can see if this is the PDR or the normal. I think it's the normal because, well, we might actually be able to see, but not in this one because the backside is closed. Well, it's closed in here as well. But we can see that there is no felth. There should be felth here and here, I think, white felth, if it was the PDR. So this is what happens usually when you use too much heat for soldering. I think that's the reason why they failed. Or overdriven, could be as well. They failed at the solder joint. Same story for the PDR 5 or Neo 6, 5, I don't know. The mid-range panel. So it looks like all these panels always fail at the same spot. And that's the connection. That's also the reason why I don't like soldering directly to the aluminum. Because, well, that's the result. It might be a heat issue as well, because the foil is not tensioned at all anymore. But as you can see, it is kind of the same layout as the bigger one, the same layout as well as my own design. Again, they have this weird thing going around. Could be of two reasons. One of it being the connection would otherwise be sitting here. So actually where the rivet is gonna be sitting. So that might be a good reason why they routed it like this to get it over here. So the connection points are kind of in between the rivet points. I think that's the reason, that might be the reason. I know the first time I looked at the Neos, I thought this trace might actually be out of phase. But when I look at it, here's a magnet, here's a magnet, and here is also a magnet. So if, for instance, if you look at these coils here, they move upwards, then the coil on the other side of the magnet should be moving downwards, the current, that is. And it actually does that, so it is in phase. It is in phase, but for me, usually around this edge is where you create distortion, so it would be not nice to drive it there. But maybe it helps, I don't know, if it's like slightly driven instead of not driven at all, I don't know. But I think the main reason is, as I said before, to get this connection point over here instead of here. So that will fuck up the whole idea of riveting here. So, well, this one is closed. I need a knife to actually see what's in there. I'm gonna grab a knife. But first, the magnets. The PDR, they used 3 magnets. They only, as far as I know, they used the magnets here, here, and here, I think. and I didn't use these two. Now, if someone knows, maybe someone can tell me. It's funny, all the plating of the magnets is coming off, as you can see. This is the this is the plating. You see, the magnet's pretty much done for. Ugh, that feels nasty. Yeah, it's not the glue that fails, it's the plating of the magnets that fail. So I think they're not the best magnets. What is quite obvious is that they're pretty big, actually. They're way thicker than the ones in the mid-range. So my question is, if I can get this stuff off. Seems like I don't. So the glue is good. It's just the metal that it's covering or plating these magnets is coming off. Does anyone know what this felt is? It feels like paper felt or something. I don't know. It might be paper. You see, it's like a bit like fabric or paper, I don't know. But I will be interested to have some of this. It's really light. I don't know what it is. Those poor magnets. Let's see how what the sizes are of these magnets. So I think that they used the American sizes because so yeah, by the looks of it, behind this felt or whatever it is, well, kinda. So if you know what this is, it would be really helpful. Yeah, there's no additional pieces of felt here and here. Also here, same story again. It's the plating that fails. So I asked Ron how old these are, because this is that wouldn't be nice. I think if it really came off, you would have a very nasty sounding tweeter, I think, because it's, you see, it pops upwards a bit. So these magnets, although they're pretty nice size, are going into the bin, I guess. Not a big deal. I just was interested to see how they were built. So let's get this off, see if there's anything in there, like dampening or something. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. It's like cutting my finger, probably. Haha. I don't want to cut my finger. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, we're in there. So yeah, there is some felt. Also a nice felt. It is very thin strands, really fluffy, but it has a lot. I think this damps quite a lot. So this is very fine thick felt. So that's the only thing in there. I myself would think the housing, if it was slightly bigger, that would be nicer. I mean, this and this are sitting like so. Membrane will be sitting here. So this distance from membrane to the backside of this might create a dip. Only if the valve doesn't absorb all the sound going in that direction, but I can't imagine it does. But so I would go for a slightly bigger housing and use more felt pad, maybe like 2 or 3 of these. Might actually work better, but might be a cost thing, might not be showing up in the measurement, and they decided to go with this. That could well be, because I'm just only guessing right now. So these are all done for.